Hello and welcome from the Broadband World Forum. I'm here with Mr. Xu Mao. He is the CMO for Huawei for Europe, and we're here talking around the latest broadband initiatives. So Mr. Xu Mao, in order to address future broadband needs, we're hearing the EU Commission has set 2025 as a target that all households, rural or urban, should have access to broadband networks of speeds of 100 megabits up to with the possibility to be extended to 1 gigabit. What's your opinion about the targets that have been set by the EU Commission?
In China, there's an old saying to say, if you want to get rich, you build the road first. So I think it's similar to what we are doing today. In Europe, we have many initiatives like digitalization of the industry, like digital societies. But to reach this kind of digital transformation of consumers and enterprises, we need the infrastructure. So I think it's really the right move for European Commission to set up this kind of ambitious targets to motivate everyone to invest in the infrastructure itself, to make the digitalization of the society and the industry a real thing. So this is something I really appreciate, that with the leadership of the European Commission and the guidelines, we can really do on these directions.
From Huawei's perspective, what are the key challenges for the EU member states to hit the Digital Agenda Europe 2020 target?
If you look at it today, only 11% of the homes in Europe, they are connected over 100 megabps, and 76% are connected by 30 megabps only. So that means there are still big room to reach the Digital Agenda Europe 2020 or 2025 in the coming years. The challenges we can categorize into several levels. One is about investment. We know the infrastructure investment is huge. Second is about the complexity of the operations. That means even you can roll out these kind of complex networks, but how to operate it, and also in the meantime keep your operation cost in an acceptable level is another challenge. And the third is about the implementation and the delivery as well. The only operator's task to do this kind of network deployment. There are many limitations from a government, from a regulator, from the resources point of view. But these kind of resources are limited. They are not only work for the CT industry, they also work for gas, for water, for other industries. So how you can efficiently use these kind of resources and also follow all the limitations and regulations from the local governments is another issue.
What are your suggestions for reaching the targets for DAE 2020?
I think if we want to solve these challenges, we do need many support from government, from the other players in the ecosystem. For example, we see the good move from government in different countries. In Germany, they have some act to, let's say, to motivate the utility companies to open their resources to the operators. Then they can roll out the fibers together instead of put all the burdens to the operator. In France, they understand that by fiber only, you cannot reach the target by 2020 or even 2025. So the government also give the suggestions that we can mix different technologies to reach a 30 meg or 100 meg bps. So that means the government guidelines and the regulations will be important to help this target to become true. The second, from operator side, they also should be more business driven or value driven rather than technology driven. We know fiber can solve everything, right? Fiber will be once for all. But considering the investment limit, considering the time limit, you cannot rely on 100% fiber. You have to consider mix the different technologies. So that means fiber, different technologies on copper, and even the radio access. So by a combination of these different technologies, you can reach your target. And the number three, again, is about operation. So we need to really open our mind to the new technology or new method to operate our network in a more efficient way. For example, we manage everything on the cloud-based platform, or we do many things remotely and proactively. So by this kind of means, we can lower down our OPEX.
And what do you think Huawei can contribute to the European gigabit society?
Yes, that's why we are here, right? We show many things here. We are in Europe for many years, and we set up lots of R&D centers, and also we set up many joint innovation centers with the leading operators. We try to see what exactly the problems and the challenges for these operators to roll out their broadband access networks. And with this kind of joint innovation and joint work together, we can contribute many things to help the operators to reach their target. We can do innovation on the product level to put different technology in the same cabinet. We mentioned 3 synergy things. First is about synergy with the utility companies. As I said earlier, maybe with the government support and the guidelines, the operator can really work together with the, for example, energy companies, gas companies, water companies to roll out their fibers. And we can put our equipment into the utility company's equipment room. We do a little modifications, then it can work well. And the second is about synergy between the different technologies. As we said, now many operators, they have their corporate resources, but how to really use these resources to reach the speed we needed. So this thing, we can help the operator to check the quality of the copper and to propose what is the right technology for them to upgrade their copper networks. We do other innovations, how we can leverage the fixed access cabinet, but we put, for example, a small cell equipment there to offer radio connectivities to the around users. And on the other side, we have the radio set cabinet, and we can put one OLT, it's a fiber connectivity devices, into these boxes, and we can link the fiber to the home. So all of this kind of mixed technology, we have already the products available here. And on top of that, we can do many tools to plan and optimize your investment and your technologies to reach the customer demands and the satisfaction. For example, when we have all the options here, fiber, copper, and WTTX, we have the customer needs. They want 30 meg or 100 meg, right? And we have the limitations of the delivery, and we have the limitation of the investment. We put everything together. What are the best way for operator to deploy these networks to reach the customer experience and also within their budget? This is a very challenging job. We have a complex tool we call the Smart CapEx. With this kind of tools, we can consolidate all the input from the supply side and the demand side, and we give the best match. And the second, when we talk about radio access for the home usage, we call WTTX. How we evaluate the coverage of our radio sites and to guarantee the customer can have the similar experience as the fixed access users. This is a challenge. And we also have many tools and capabilities to support these kind of things. On top of these 2 layers, we also have the tools and the platform to do the operation optimization. In the city industry, our complaint ratio is higher than other industries. How to determine where is the problem and how to optimize the services, the applications that the user are using is a real challenge. As an ICT supplier, what we are doing is we set up this kind of analytic tools in the cloud together with the operator. And we can analyze the issues of the home or enterprise remotely. And then we also do some preactive maintenance jobs. So by these kind of things, we can help the operator to really easy their operation job, lower down their operation cost, and finally benefit to the consumers, improve their experience. So these are several things I think Huawei can contribute to the operator, to the industries. And if the consumers are happy, operator can control their cost, then they can invest more on the broadband access network rollout, then I think we are quite confident to reach the target set by European Commission by 2025. It's still 8 years.
Yes.
We still have lots of things to do.
Still some time.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your insight.